Okay, everyone, so now it's time for our featured speaker. And I know we have a little bit of a small crowd today, but that's okay. We're still going to uphold the GNA tradition. And what is that GNA tradition?
Walking in the back.
We send our featured speaker all the way to the back with Amber. You don't have to go that far back. Maybe a couple of steps, and then you'll still be a part of the tradition right there. So, today's speaker is DeAnn, right? Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
And I'll tell you a little story about how I met Amber. She came to our GNA monthly mastermind a couple of months ago and had an amazing conversation with Amber. And what I really like about her is that she's really on the same wavelength as I'm on. She's a very straightforward, direct person and just says it as it is. And I love people like that because they don't waste their time, you don't waste theirs, right? And I just knew we instantly clicked. And I asked her, just like I ask people here, you know, do you do any speaking? Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm like, you know what, I just really like you, and now you've been coming to our events. I want to invite you to speak to one of our events soon, and that's why she's here today. So, let me flip to my page over here. So today, and Amber's actually a distress coach and hypnotherapist, and today she's going to be presenting Finding Myself in the Economic Mess. I'm going to read a little bit of the bio here for Amber, and then we're going to have her come in here in a second. As a My Mom is Driving Me Crazy coach and hypnotherapist, Amber has helped adult women shift those tense, bitter family relationships into peace and harmony in a way that lets them restore their self-identity. She believes that when we stand up, speak up, and take back our power, we turn the obstacles of depression, anger, fear, and child abuse into personal power. Amber has conducted stress release workshops, spoken at various women's networking events, and been on Good Day Sacramento. That's awesome, Amber. Do you have a video of that by any chance? If you have a video of that Good Day Sacramento, I'd love to post that to the network.
It's not so good.
Okay.
I was nervous and I was doing this with my hands. It really looked awful. I had to, but somebody had taped the whole show. So you have to do a lot of editing to get to it. That's all right.
No problem. We'll talk.
Much better.
Yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
Prior to becoming a hypnotherapist, she was a massage therapist, energy worker, consumer credit counselor, administrative assistant. You worked at a bank also as well, and an assistant bookkeeper. Amber is currently writing a self-help program for inner healing and melt relationship problems, along with planning restore mother and daughter relationship workshops. She loves watercolor painting, dancing, biking, swimming, camping, acting, screenwriting, and everything metaphysical. Oh, wow, you keep yourself really busy, don't you? So on that note, please welcome our featured speaker today, DeAnn. Come on, Amber.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay, as he was saying, I am a relationship coach, and one of our relationships, most important one of all, is the relationship we have with ourselves. So that's what I'm going to focus on today. Okay? So how many of you are a little upset with the economy right now?
Oh, yeah.
How many of you joined an MLM just to make some extra money?
I just joined one, Amber, like 3 days ago. For the very first time in my entire life.
Okay, great. You're going to love this presentation.
Okay.
Okay, and how many of you are finding it a little difficult to make those big sales and get that downline going when you're in your MLM? Right. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm there too. I've been in MLMs for several years now. I started with Shackley, and then I went to Beachbody and Gia, and now I'm with True Essential Oils, which is Forever Green. And what I've noticed is that it is difficult to make those sales. It is difficult to grow that downline, and it's really difficult when you're struggling financially to have to pay that money out every month to get that new product in so you can stay in the game with this program. So I understand that. But I've also been on the other side of the fence where I'm the one being sold to, and I realize that the person who's selling to me, talking to me, is kind of ramming me against the wall. I feel buy, because I feel pressured to buy. So I've been on both sides of the fence, and I can see, and I can say from my heart, it's not a very piece of cake from either side. Why? Because this situation brings up your anger and it brings up your fear. And anger and fear are kind of related. You're in one and you're out of the other one. And whichever one you're in is blocking your success. It's blocking your sales. Do you understand what you get the feeling that I'm trying to present here? So, I would like today to talk a little bit about how we can break through some of this anger and fear and improve our success quotient doing sales. Would that be okay?
Yes.
Would you like some tips?
Certainly.
Okay. So, as I was saying, as I was saying, one of my passions is to improve myself as much as I can. So I took this course on dealing with my money issues. I was working with a money coach who worked for like a month or so. And I was learning all kinds of stuff about myself. Just all kinds of stuff. Why my programming was the way it was, and how I was feeling, what I was thinking about money. All this deep stuff was coming up. And then one day I had this aha moment. And I just said, wow, yes, that's so true. And my aha moment was my relationship with money started at age 1. Now, none of us have jobs or play with money at age 1, right? No, we're still learning how to walk and talk. But what we are doing is learning how to connect with another person. And that person we're connecting to is our mother. And our relationship with our mother and that give and take and that love bond that goes from there is building, in the child is building self-esteem and self-identity. And when your mother is a really nice mother and she talks to you and she cuddles you and she whispers sweet things in your ear, you know, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're loved. And she does that over and over. You can see that energy going into the child. And the child starts to smile. The child is taking that in subconsciously. And that's food for growth for the child all the way through the rest of their life. And it's wonderful. Then when you reach the point where you need that self-love, you've got it. You've got the self-esteem. You've got the self-identity, right? You can move forward. Now, if your mother didn't give you those things, well, you're kind of screwed. Because in some ways, you're going to have low self-esteem, you're going to have low or no identity, and you're going to be constantly beating yourself up and criticizing yourself because, oh, why didn't I do better? I should have done better. You know, because you're putting all the blame on you. The blame isn't on you. The blame is on this process of giving and accepting love. So, now you're saying, what does this have to do with sales, Amber? Well, we were talking about selling. We are. And what is sales? It's just sitting down and honoring and respecting another person with enough intention that you see they have a problem, you listen to that problem, and you try to help them get a solution. And maybe that solution is one of the goods or services you offer, maybe it's not. But you establishing a rapport. And this rapport and this heart connection is what's so important in any kind of relationship. And why is that? Because a lot of us grew up with these dysfunctional families and we didn't get that love, right? And as a society, we're underappreciated, underloved, and undernourished. And so we don't have all of that self-love thing to move forward on. So when you're giving it to somebody else, you're honoring and respecting that person. So, how do you go about honoring and respecting somebody when you're in a sales conversation? It's done through the eyes. It's done through really looking at somebody, really seeing them. It's done through opening your heart so that you really make a heart connection with that person, whoever that person is. You can feel if I'm looking at you in a sense of I care about you and I'm concerned about you, can't you? Versus, oh yeah, you're just here to buy something. Write your order and I'm out of here. So it's that connection. It's that taking the time to listen. It's taking the time to honor them and emphasize with them and sympathize with them for whatever kind of problem they have. And that will feel so good, and it will start opening the doors to success. So, would you like to see how this feels in your body?
Oh yeah.
I'm a hypnotherapist, so we do a little exercises with our mind and imagination.
Are you going to hypnotize us?
No. I'm not going to hypnotize you, no, but...
Oh, I was getting really excited about that.
I can't, well, it's a little warm out here to do it in the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I'm going to do is take you into a place where you can really feel what this looks like. You're going to feel what it looks like on the body. So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So just get comfortable. Sit with your feet both on the floor. Close your eyes. And think of a time when you were associated with somebody and this person wanted you to have a very special product or service. He wanted this so bad for you, or she wanted this so bad for you, that they were willing to custom make this product. So put yourself in that place, in that time, see the environment, see the person, relive that situation. Now, you can open your eyes, and now what did that feel like in your body?
I couldn't think of anything that I had somebody custom make something for me.
Okay.
Nothing came to my mind. So.
Did anybody get there? Did anybody have a custom thing?
Yeah, I mean, like my supplements are custom made to my genetics, and I see the big difference when I had severe eczema all over my face and body. And that was so painful that there was a point where it was just very, I know what compassion was like.
Yes.
Because of the pain. And so I had customized supplements based on my DNA, and there I am. Here I am now. My skin's clear, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
So I know what it's like to be hurting,
So
and I know it's like now would you be happy when you do get what you want. Yeah.
And you knew what it was like to be heard, didn't you?
Yeah.
They had to hear you to understand your problem, right? Okay, did anybody else get there? What was your experience? How did that feel to you? Either mentally or emotionally, how did it feel in your body? To have somebody custom do something? Or maybe you walked into a knick-knack store and there was a little item, a little prayer or a little poem or something. It just spoke to you and it felt like it was tailor-made just to you and the product. Does anybody, any other experiences you have?
I don't have that sort of experience. The closest thing that I can relate to would be a loved one creating something like a special meal just for me because it's my favorite meal.
Okay.
In that regard, and with that in mind, then I could see that I'll be very happy and feel a strong feeling of importance.
Very good. Great. You hit the points. So what I was trying to say is that...
Can I mention just one thing really quickly too? What it made me feel is appreciated, and when someone, it's not even if you do business with someone, when someone just says thank you for something, that to me means a lot more than even doing the business transaction. It hits me here, and when you keep the heart feeling good, for those of you that can't see me on camera, I'm pointing to my heart. When it hits you at the heart and it feels good, that makes your days go by better. When it's a negative reaction on the heart, then your day is pretty much shot. Might as well call it a day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what I was trying to get to is that when somebody spends that much time, focus, and attention on you, you can feel it in your heart. You can feel it in your body as kind of a lightness, a brightness, a glow kind of comes over you. It's like, wow, somebody actually saw me, heard me in this busy, crazy world. Somebody spent a little extra time with me. Doesn't that feel good? Yes. So when it feels good in your body, it also feels good in your mind. And what thought are you going to have in your mind after an experience like that?
Positive.
Sorry?
Positive.
Positive thought. And what's your thought about the person who just helped you?
Gratitude.
Gratitude.
They're awesome.
Sure. They're awesome. Are you going to go back to that person?
Yes.
Yes. Talk with them more?
Sure.
help him refer clients, do more business with him? Sure you are. Wouldn't you like your clients to feel that way about you? Wouldn't that be cool? That's word of mouth networking at the very best. Yes. So just bring that in. How would that feel? Feel a glow that you're loved and appreciated and accepted. And once you have this glow, it's going to go out to everybody you connect with. Potential clients, current clients, loved ones, whoever. Okay? Great. Now, next point I'd like to make is, I've noticed from my personal experience that there's another very important tip to being successful, and that is really getting in expressing your creativity. And sometimes it means stepping outside the box. Now, I'll tell you a personal experience about this. When I was when I got out of hypnotherapy school, I could see that there was a need for people to understand that their thoughts and their feelings created their behaviors, with which created your life. And there wasn't a real good process to show you this. It wasn't a cool, cute technique. It was simple and fun and going to snap you right into that kind of an awareness. But you had to have that awareness because your conscious mind has to agree with your subconscious mind. All the parts have to work together if you're going to move forward towards success. So I got on the internet and I started exploring different options. I found art therapy. I tried it. Oh, this looks interesting. I tried it. It worked for me. Then I used it on my clients. Oh yeah, they loved it even better. Why? Because I would ask them a question. They would take out a piece of paper and they would draw me something. Maybe it was just scratches. Maybe it was any kind of a symbol. Maybe it was going to be in color. Maybe they had to write it, or print it, or draw it, or maybe it's stick figures. It didn't matter what it was. But I asked them a question, how they feel, what they were thinking, and they wrote it right there. It was right there, black and white. So then I asked them, okay, now what does this mean? And they'd look at it, and in 1 minute, or even less, they'd have an answer for me. Oh, this means I have a problem with such and such. Okay, now let's draw the answer. What do you need to do to get an answer, a solution to that problem? So we draw some more. They draw some more. Bang, there was the answer. I said, okay, now we're ready to do the work. And so we're working through the process. There's a little bit of process with the energy work and with the techniques of getting into the subconscious and getting all the parts cleaned out, working together. But why was this so important? Because they were seeing the answers and the problem from themselves. I was not giving them a solution. I was not telling them anything. I was just asking them a question. That was their inner wisdom that was coming through. So if their inner wisdom came from their heart, their God connection, their intuition, whatever it was, maybe their feeling sense, it didn't matter, but there was their answer. Their answer validated their self-wisdom. I just helped them, guide them through the process. So, I'm going to tell you an example of something I did with one of my clients. This was really fun. You know how we all have multiple problems? And we all try to fix one problem and we get stuck in another one and the whole thing kind of feels like one tangled up ball of yarn and we don't know where to go. So a client walks into me one day and she has a definite weight problem. She definitely doesn't feel good about herself. She's having money issues. And she's just nervous and scared, you know. Things just aren't working well. Now she's tried every kind of diet. She's yo-yoed up and down for years and years and years. She's tried all kinds of other metaphysical things. Her focus was she was once in the fashion industry. And then she got into cosmetology. Then she sold her businesses. Now she's feeling broke and abandoned and all that. She wants to get back in the fashion industry. But guess what? They're not going to take her with all that weight. She's not going to be accepted. So she's feeling ostracized from the field she wants to get into. She doesn't have the money to move forward. She's just feeling lousy all over. So, some therapists would say, oh, well, this is a diet issue. We have to help her control her eating, right? Maybe she does binge eating, or she does emotional eating, or she doesn't have discipline to push away from the table, or she doesn't have discipline to exercise. This woman told me up front, I don't exercise. I don't like to exercise, and I ain't good. So I said, okay, I got that. But my heart was saying, her eating and her exercise is not the point here. Let's go to the core of the issue. Why is her body holding on to the energy of all that weight? Why is this happening emotionally and mentally? What is the why of all of this? So, we do some art therapy. We get some answers. The problem is her relationship with her siblings. They haven't spoken in years, and she feels they're abusing her and victimizing her and harassing her or whatever, you know. So I said, okay, that's where we're going to go. That's the issue we're going to go to. So we do a couple of sessions. Then she leaves, and pretty soon she calls me on the phone. And this is so sweet. She says, my brother just called, and we haven't talked for years, and we had the best conversation ever. Then my sister called, and we hadn't talked for years, and we had the best conversation ever. And guess what? She just sent me a Christmas bouquet for my dinner table. And I'm going, hey, how about that? She said, what's going on? I said, okay. And she calls me a week later. Hey, I'm losing weight. And I'm not dieting, and I'm not taking pills, and I'm not exercising. You know I don't exercise. I ain't doing any of that stuff, and I'm still losing weight. I said, yeah, great. How about that? Then she wanted to get into a healthy routine, get some nourishment to continue this weight loss process. She wanted some kind of weight loss product. So I found this MLM product, which was Beachbody. And Beachbody has a nice shaky, chocolatey, shaky drink. So she tried that, and she was losing more weight. Now she's really excited, right? For the first time in her life, here we go again. The weight started going off, but now she's got some confidence. She can keep it off. So then she gets, now her sales experience gets spurred, right? She was the sales lead. She knew how to sell. So now she says this great product, she says this great need for this product, and wow, what happens? She's selling. There's her money issue taken care of. Now she's taking care of her family. She's lost her weight, she's got self-esteem, and now she can get back in the fashion industry as a weight loss consultant. All problems solved, right? Where do we start with? Relationship with her siblings. It's amazing. So, the moral of all this story is, once you see you have a problem, you have to set the intention to do something about that problem. Then you get some techniques to do it, like art therapy, hypnotherapy, whatever techniques. And I can help you with some of that, get some coaching. Then the doors start to open up, and the universe has a way of answering your questions and your concerns, and it starts moving you into your power. But it was because you took back your power. It was because you took the action, and you took the steps to move you forward. Have any questions, concerns, comments? Does this resonate with anybody?
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, it's so true, you know.
Yep.
If you don't get that love, you know, growing up. Now, I'm Greek, 2 Greek parents, too much love. Luckily, it didn't go here. For now, at least, you know.
Right,
but
right.
yeah, you know, the Greeks like to feed you till the day they die, and so I've received the love, but I've had friends that haven't received the love. And at that point, you can totally see the weight goes on, they lose the confidence. Everything you mentioned just really resonates with a lot of friends that I have. And the funny thing is, you try to talk them to help them, and they become more emotional. So it's a really tough thing. That's where you come in, and you can help them professionally, because that's what these people need to get back on track.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this Build the Love, again, is the first workshop of my series of programs, which is it's going to call Regaining Mother-Daughter, Reestablishing that Love Between Mother-Daughter. There's going to be a 5-workshop program, which I'm putting together right now. I'm going to go this afternoon. My website designer is going to finish getting it online. And then I'm going to start a webinar in about 6 weeks. We'll introduce people to this program, and then we shoot it off, one after another, because women need this. And women know they need this, they just have to connect with their guts that say, yeah, we need this. And once I get the women program going, then I can do something for the men. But men can benefit too from this.
Oh, absolutely.
Program. Because it's based on what we all need the most, and that first thing is love and self-acceptance. If we don't have that, we ain't going anywhere. We're just like a car with no wheels, dead in the water.
And let me just say one more thing, Amber.
Sure.
The reason why we started the GNA Women's Mastery Program, a lot of the men were wondering, well, why can't we have a men only? We may do something like that in the future, but guys, you don't understand that this benefits you. Indirectly, it benefits you, but in the future, directly, it will benefit you. So have a little bit of patience and be understanding. Men and women are a little bit different. You know, I understand that women are a little more emotional and they have to take different approaches, and it takes a little bit longer to get to certain stages. So I'm understanding to that. So I fully support what you're doing.
Totally. And,
yeah.
And it's been noticed, as the Dalai Lama has said, the world will be saved by Western women. And if we're going to save the world, we got to get our act together.
You're telling me.
Let's just get real here, right? If we don't find the love in here, we can't shoot it out over there.
That's it.
We don't love ourselves, we can't love the men in our lives. We can't love our business partners. We can't love our customers. We can't love anything. You don't find it in here. So it all starts with that. And thank you for your comments. Any more comments, suggestions? You agree with me, you disagree with me, whatever?
Well, I had the experience of seeing a hypnotherapist at one point in my life, and definitely, you know, you get into a state where you're really more centered into inside, and it does pull out some things about yourself that you won't have that ability to do on your own. You know, and so I definitely like the idea of experiencing a hypnotherapist for certain things that seems to kind of lock you in, and then just need to just unlock. And it's always nice to just have somebody, you know, help you unlock that inner struggle that you have, you know, in you, and so you can move on, because that inner struggle will hold you back. So
doesn't it though?
Oh, it does.
And the neat thing about working with a hypnotherapist is you don't have the protocol you do with the medical world. You don't have the pills. You don't have the side effects. You have somebody intuitive enough to know where you want to go. So when I work with a client, I listen to what you do not say. I feel what you do not want to feel. I hear what you do not want to admit. And I can see where you've been and where you want to go. That helps me focus. Once you get a focus, you can move forward.
Awesome.
And another thing, some people think, you know, just because you're being hypnotized doesn't mean you're going to go cluck cluck like a chicken on the table or something. So you could just free to hold back whatever you want or express it, but you'll be in a safe environment. You just keep it safe. So it's not like all of a sudden you're going to start acting really bizarre on the table or something.
No, that's a comedy act.
It is.
It's a comedy act to make you laugh, because when you laugh you feel good because your endorphins are rolling, right?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with therapy, of hypnotherapy at all. The therapeutic side of hypnotherapy is much different, but it's a very calm, safe, yet necessary to move forward kind of a process. Yes?
Well, that is kind of what I'm wondering about. Your job is to assist the, so you could say that part of your job is to assist some people that have been having some
habits, or you hate mom or dad or brother or your siblings or your uncle, or anything like that works around, because it works around focus on relationships too.
But
with your others, yes.
If that's the case, wouldn't you say that there's a good number of them that would have some trust issues? So how are they gonna get over that part to reach out to you, or how do you still reach out to them under those circumstances where their barriers are up, you could say?
That's an excellent question. And all I can say is more public appearances like this, more videos, more getting out, giving them information. A lot of people have the wrong information about hypnotherapy. It was planted in the brains by people who are just in fear mode themselves, or in too much of a religious doctrine that's fear-based too. So you got to just, they have to be open-minded to work with me. and you have to be able to relax or be willing to relax. Because I have ways to get you to relax. By the time you have some essential oils, some incense, some other things I'm going to do to you, if you have trouble relaxing, you'll get there. You know? I mean, it's no problem, believe me. I got an arsenal of tools here. Because we all have trouble relaxing. And if you can't relax, that's the main part.
How about some booze?
And then you really be talking about anything.
That would really be interesting to try to coach your way through the booze and get to the subconscious information back here. But anyway, yes. Well, thank you all very much for coming and listening to me. DeAnn with Mind, Emotion, Harmony. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Amber. Give Amber another big round of applause.